Hello, hello, and welcome to today's team call. It is January 21st, and I'm so excited for you guys to be here with me. Maybe. Can you guys still hear me? Thumbs up. All right, good. I want to welcome to the team before we get started Amanda, Cami, Katrina, Molly, Carissa, Bailey, Aaliyah, Brittany, and Haley. I love seeing new names on the team, and I'm so proud of you guys for putting yourselves out there, getting people to get started on their health, but also join this community because I don't mean to brag or anything, but we're kind of a big fucking deal. Success Club Rock Stars for the month. Shout out to Kinsey and happy belated birthday. She's rocking 12. Me, Kyra, Ashley, and Kelly have all locked it in as well. And then we have a bunch of people who are still on the board. It is not too late. Now is the time. I was just talking with a couple of my girls who are really pushing. Just kind of when you're at the end of the month, what exactly do you do to lock in Success Club? And so they're teaming up. They're doing a free group that's going to kick off Monday. That's going to be kind of a sneak peek of what boot camp is so that we can positively peer pressure people into actually taking a chance on themselves and just living in that excitement to take a chance on their self, their health. So if you want to add people to that free group, then just let us know. What to know for this week. The Team Spirit Challenge, I am loving. I love seeing your guys' faces in the team page, so thank you for participating. We do have big news coming. We're going to shake things up a whole freaking lot next week, so stay tuned. Also, group workout is this Saturday at 8 a.m. I think it's in Charleston. I don't know. I would definitely have to check because right now my mind's just not there. And afterwards, anybody who would like to get breakfast with me, maybe go to the coffee shop, I don't know, I'm going to be there hanging out. I promise I will feel 100 times better. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you there. And then coach mentorship. I am opening coach mentorship, but I'm going to be very freaking honest. This is my energy. This is my life. And so I only want you to say yes to this if you're actually going to show up for it. And we'll get into details about that as we jump into the call, honestly. But if you are wanting to like dive into coaching, do more with coaching, actually like do this thing, then definitely reach out to me. I'm open at any time to talk business, talk shop. But of course, you know me by now. I expect you to take action, and that's honestly when you reach out to me, that's what I expect of you, and that's it. The last thing is the Elevate Family Outing. It will be February 16th. You do need to send your money in via the PayPal link so that we can pay them. I have to pay them ahead of time. And y'all, I just #broke bee. So love you so much, but we're going to have to pay that. Upcoming Beachbody to knows. Team Cup registration. It is open until the 31st. If you're wanting on a Team Cup team, you need to reach out to me yesterday. You need to let me know so we can get everybody paired up. Team Cup is honestly super fun. You get to win cool prizes, and you just got to get to the opportunity to step out of your comfort zone and just chase that down. And then the last thing, well, I guess the most important thing, you guys know that prep's out, you know that bar blend's out, you know all that stuff. If you don't, I don't know what rock you're living under, but go ahead and climb on out of there. But the thing that you do need to do is everybody, I don't care who you are, if you're like, you know what, I want to earn a vacation, go to the Success Club Trip website and opt in. Even if you've never hit Success Club before in your life, you can still earn this. And I think that's so important because I know in like the FAQs, it is FAQ 3264 if you want to go check it out, then it kind of like makes it sound like no new coaches can earn it, but you totally freaking can. The first time I signed up as a coach, I got invited like the last month, but because I'd helped 3 people every single month, that's literally the minimum requirement is you help 3 people every single month. It covers the cost of your stay. So because I did that, I got invited to the first cruise. Granted, I was having a baby that week, so I was not able to go, but you can do it too. Just you have to opt in. If you do not opt in, your name's not even on the list. All right. And then today's team call topic, showing up through the hard. So let me stop my share. Let me see what y'all ladies are chatting about. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yay, I love that you guys are loving this challenge. I'm all about the community if you haven't learned by now. So today's team call topic is showing up through the hard. I think this is like the perfect time to talk about it though, honestly, because let's raise our hands just like we did last week. Who fell the F off during the holidays? You were like, oh my God, I fell off that bus. It ran me over with all four wheels and I'm dying over here. Because that's how I feel. And y'all, I've been very open about that. Like, I'm struggle bussing it. But I can be very freaking confident in the fact that it doesn't matter how ugly it's been for me. It doesn't matter how terrible it's been. I've shown the fuck up. And I'm just your average ordinary Joe, but there's one superpower that I do have, and it is showing up. It's getting stuff done. And I think that's the biggest thing is like a lot of the times when I have people who fall off, if I just reach out to people, I'm like, hey, how are you? All what I get back majority of the time is, oh, I ate a salad today, or I haven't been eating very good. Friends, realize that what you eat and how many workouts you do does not define who you are or where you're going in life. God did not create you so that you could work out 5 days a week. Like that's not the case. Your fitness doesn't define you. Is health important? Absolutely. I will 100% stand by that because health changed my life, but it wasn't the workouts that changed my life. It was my overall health. It was moving my body. It was fueling it right. It was feeding my heart and my mind with good stuff. But you know what? I'm never doing all three of those things perfectly. I'm never perfect 100% of the time. I'm not like, oh, look, she's doing all her workouts. Oh, look, she's eating perfect. Oh, look, she does all her personal development. She loves herself. No, that's just not how that works. You're never going to just get everything handed to you. And I think that's the biggest thing is like, we feel like maybe we're entitled or we feel like we should, or because we bought our challenge pack that our whole life is going to change. This is my big news flash for you. That's not the thing that changes your life. And it's not going to be your workout either. And I really want you to sit on that and think about that because that's the biggest thing. And then I'll get people who say, you know, I want to coach, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then they don't do it. And if I reach out like, hey, what's up? It's always the same. I'm disappointing you. I'm disappointing you. And I need you to really just listen to this right now. When I reach out to people and they say, well, I'm letting you down, I'm disappointing you. What I need you to understand is I will never be disappointed in you. If you're a jackass to me, I will be very hurt. That's just said, but never will I be disappointed in you because one thing that I am is I'm very loyal and I stand beside my people and I love with everything I have. And sometimes I want to shake you. Of course I do. But that's what a good mom does, you know? Like I love you. I'll beat you. I'll yell at you every once in a while, but I still love you at the end of the day. Never, ever, ever will I be disappointed in who you are as a human being. I think the thing that you have to realize is it's not showing up for anyone else. What you need to realize is if you're showing up, like for whether it's health and fitness, whether it's coaching, whether it's whatever business you have or you want to have, whatever job you're working at, it's not me that you have to impress. It's not me you have to show up for. It's the people in your house. Like literally look around right now. Who's in your house? Because that's who it matters to. And then look at the person in the mirror. Are you showing up for them? Because you can show up for me all day long and then still be disappointed when you look in the mirror. And I totally need you to understand that. That's the big difference. You see, it's hard to show up every single day. It's hard to love yourself every single day. It's hard to move your body. It's hard to keep going when sometimes all you want to do is throw in the freaking towel. We are human beings and we're just doing the best we can. And shit's going to be thrown at us. Life's going to happen around us. But with every hard thing that comes at us, we get the opportunity to decide what we're going to do with it. You're still here. You're still living. You're still eating. You're still drinking. You're still moving your body, even if it's moving your ass to the couch. You're making those choices. However, you're acting or whatever you're doing when life gets hard, that's a decision that you're making. And I really need you to understand that, because the one thing that we can control is our actions. Sure, are you going to have bad days? Absolutely. Are you going to have days where you want to eat like shit? Absolutely. Like, hello, my last 4 months. Like, I'm just being honest, y'all. Are you going to have days where you just don't want to get out of bed? Days when you just want to cry? Absolutely. But you get the opportunity, you have all the power to make the decision to do something different. And you're not going to magically wake up motivated to do that. It comes down to determination. I sit here sicker than dog shit, but I made a decision to show up for my team because it's my job. And I need you to understand this, whatever it is to you, whether this is just your team, whether this is just your health and fitness, whether this is your coaching business, this is your job. I don't care if you're just trying to lose 20 pounds. You better show the fuck up, like you're going to get fired if you don't. I didn't say be perfect. And I totally need you to understand that, because I understand your vibe attracts your tribe. We all want to strive for perfection. We all want to prove ourselves. I don't know who else is an Enneagram 3, but that's me. And we all want the attaboy, the accolades. We want to feel good about something. And I need you to stop proving yourself to everyone else. And I need you to look in the mirror and say, what's going to make that person happy? That's what I had to do. When I started this business, I did not want this. This was never my, I don't want to cry. Fuck, I don't feel good. I don't want to cry. This was never what I envisioned. This is never what I pictured for my life. I just wanted to lose 20 pounds so I didn't hate my husband anymore. I just wanted to feel good so I didn't yell at my kid when he asked for a drink of water. I just wanted to love myself. And I showed up like it was my fucking job. And every single day, I followed that damn program. And Autumn, when I hit my goal weight, I cried with her as she cheered him on for losing 35 pounds. And if you've watched 21 Day Fix and you've done it, you know exactly the second of that workout program that I'm talking about. I showed up like it was my job, because it is. You only have one life to live. Today is the only today that you get, literally. Tomorrow is not promised. So no matter what life throws at you, what are you doing to going out like a boss? Are you ending the day saying, look at what I did? Can you wake up tomorrow at God's feet and say, thank you, Jesus, for this life that you gave me. This is what I did with my power. Because we all have that power. We all have this opportunity in this life, in this world, and we only get one. We only get one. So I don't care what your goals are. Are you showing up through the hard? Because you're going to have days where you lose people. You're going to have days where people are shitty to you. You're going to have days where you don't feel good. You're going to have days where just bad things happen. You get to control your reaction. You want to sit on the couch and eat ice cream? Own it. Do it. Tomorrow, pick your ass up and do better. And that's what you have to remember. It's not this magical, I just decided I'm so motivated, I'm going to show up for my life every single day for the next 365 days. That doesn't happen, because you're not going to do that. Let me just break that to you. You're not going to be a rock star for 365 days. Is that even how many days are in a year? I don't know, y'all. Like, I'm just sharing my heart at this moment. But you're not going to be a rock star. You're not going to slay it. You're not going to kill it every single day. You're going to have bad days. It's on those bad days, what are you willing to do to pick yourself up and move forward? You know, I've never talked about this. I don't really want to. But I remember when Kenny's grandma died. That was really hard, because I love her so much. I've literally never talked about this before. I've never mourned her death, really, because I've just sat in gratitude in it. But as I was going through that process, watching his whole family around me, like, just be upset and broken, I knew I had to be strong for him. I had no idea how to do that when I felt so broken myself. But every day I got up and I did my workout, I drank my water, and I refused to let myself have any sweets during that time because I'm an emotional eater. I love to eat junk food. It makes me feel good. Eating makes me feel good. I'm just going to be honest. And so I refused to let myself eat like shit during that time because I knew if I did, it would just spiral me downwards and I couldn't show up as the person he needed me to be. And so through that hard, this is what kept me going. Literally, this business, this health and fitness journey, I knew I had no way to control anything else around me at the moment. But I did have control of waking up early and pushing play and not eating sugar. Because those were actions that I was taking. Those were things that I was doing. You know what was hard? Having 4 friends walk out of my life this past year. In all coaches, that's what makes it 100 times worse. People that I trusted, people that I love, people that I gave everything to, unfriend me, block me, stop talking to me, and blame me for the way that their life was. That's hard. But every single day, you know what I did? I showed up. I ate every single day you eat. So I ate as good as I could every day. Just did my best. I drank water every single day because I knew that that was something I could control every single day. Even on the days when I cried myself to sleep and Kenny just had to hold me and tell me that I wasn't a terrible friend. The next morning, I got up and I moved my body and I took care of myself because those are the things that I can control. Showing up through the hard is not going to be pretty. It's not easy. There's nothing easy about it. But you get 2 choices. You either get to show up and do your best, or you get to throw in the towel and you get to be pissed off at the person looking back at you in the mirror. And that's on you. The only person who has control of how you feel here is you. And there's not any magic thing that makes you do that. For me, it was having a why that was big enough to really push me. Something that I could hold on to, something that I was working for. So when I started, again, I didn't want to resent my husband. I didn't want to be mad at my kids when they asked for a drink of water. I wanted to freaking be happy. And so every single day that it was hard, my alarm at that time went off at 3 o'clock in the freaking morning because I had 3 babies. Like, not even kids. Now it's 100 times easier. Then I had 3 babies and I built my business with 3 babies, not even like children. They are infants is where I built my business. And that is the hardest thing I've ever done. But every single day I told myself, I want to be a mom that they can be proud of. So every single day I showed up for that. And then Kenny had the life-changing turnaround that was 90 some days long. And that was the most miserable time of my life. With 3 kids, 1 being a newborn, my middle child. If you've ever met him, you know he's the biggest mama's boy in the world. Or not mama's boy. Scratch that. Daddy's boy. He will look at me and say, Mom, I love you, but I love my dad so much more. And it's cute. I can't even be mad at him. But it's so true. And for 96 days, we got to see Kenny for 10 minutes a day. That is it. If we were lucky, if he didn't fall asleep before then. For 96 days, I had to rock him as he went into a panic attack, crying for his dad. Every single day for 96 days. You know what's hard? Is seeing your child or someone you love hurt and not being able to do anything about it. And that's all that I could do was hold him and say, I'm sorry that your dad's not here. That's it. And I sat there and I said, this isn't what I pictured my life. Like, this is not the thing that I imagined. This isn't what I wanted. I didn't want to be stressing about how we were going to pay our bills. I didn't want to be stressing about my husband. He missed the first steps, the first words, all the memories, all those things he missed. Time with me, he missed. We missed him. And I knew that's not the life I wanted to live. I didn't get married so that I could be a single mom. Like, that was not my white picket fence. And I refused. In those moments, as I'm holding my crying child, I said, this isn't the life that I want, and I will not let this be the end. Like, this is not going to be what my future looks like. And I told myself right then and there, I have opportunity right here at my hands. Every single one of you have opportunity right here at your hands. If you don't like something, the question is, what are you going to do to change it? That's what I had to ask myself. Deidre, what are you going to do to change this? And so I thought, the next day, it was God. I had a girl on Facebook. I don't even know who she is. All I know is her post, and I know how much it changed my life. She was doing her dishes, and you always know, like, when, I don't know why it is, in the kitchens you always have a sink above the, or a window above the sink. Maybe it's to help give the mom sanity, I think. She took a picture of her sink with the window, and outside that window was her child and her husband playing basketball. And she literally said, this is my favorite part of my day, when my husband gets home and he gets to spend time with my kids. And I was so freaking mad. I was so mad. Not at her, but at my life situations. I was mad because I knew if this was how I continued my life, my kids would never have that. They wouldn't have a dad to go cheer them on at any of the games. They wouldn't have a dad to tuck them in and read them bedtime stories. They wouldn't have a dad to go do weekend adventures with them. That wouldn't be our life. My kids don't get that. And then in there, as I'm doing my dishes, that afternoon, after seeing her post, or that evening after seeing her post, I was like, okay, something's going to change. Something has to change. But what can I do? And I said, I'm an idiot. I literally have a business at my fingertips that I'm doing absolutely nothing with. Granted, I was still hitting Success Club. Granted, I was still paying for my supplements, but I wasn't actually actively doing anything else. I wasn't doing all the things that I know create business success. I was doing the bare minimum and being okay with that. And at that point in my life, I realized the bare minimum is not the life that I want to live. It's not the life that I want for my family. It's not the life that I want for my husband. Not the life that I want for us together, for my kids. No, I refuse to be the bare minimum. I refuse to just get by, because that's a cop-out. So I decided to show up through the hard. In those 96 days, every single night when I got those kids to bed, tucked them in, and I stayed up late. I stopped watching TV for 2 years in a row. Literally, you think I'm joking. I do not know what was on television at all. I had the Glee soundtrack on in the background 24/7 if it wasn't personal development. I didn't watch TV. I showed up, stayed up late, got up early, because my family's life depends on it. Because I wanted to look in the mirror and say, I'm fucking proud of you. I wanted to look in the mirror and say, look at you showing up for your life, because that's what matters to me. And I want you to understand that. I want you to be so proud of yourself when you look in the mirror, because you're taking control of where you're going from here. It's not easy to show up, but guess what? You're making a decision whether you show up or not. How do you show up through the hard? Well, you're already doing the workouts. You're already eating food. Don't eat like shit. You're already going through the day, whether you're watching TV or whatever, you have the opportunity to listen to personal development. You get to choose if you want to waste time scrolling Facebook, watching everyone else live their life, or if you get to make good time. I don't know what word I'm trying to say. Improve your life by, instead of scrolling, listening to personal development and taking action in your own life. Those are the choices that you have. If you're not showing up, that's a decision you're making, even if it's subconsciously. So it really comes back to when we were talking last week, a couple weeks ago, about limiting beliefs. What are those things that are limiting you? And if you're not willing to show up through the hard, well, then I'm just gonna say it as it is. You don't care enough. Because when you care enough, when it matters right here, it doesn't matter what hard happens. You show up for it. And you show up for it like your life depends on it. Because it does. Your future isn't created 5 years from now. Your future's created yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. And guess what? It's too late to go back to those days. But right now, right here, you have the opportunity to change it. You have the opportunity to do something different so that when you look back tomorrow, you can say, look at me creating my future. Look at what I'm doing to be proud of myself. So when you want to lose weight, don't do it for your husband or your kids or the girl next door so that you can say, look at me. Do it because it matters to you. If you want to be able to pay for your supplements so you're not swiping your credit card and feeling like crap when you can't buy them, I'm going to ask you, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to start saving money and quit wasting it on things you don't need? Are you going to sell things out of your house so that you can afford it? Are you going to start helping 3 people a month so that your supplements are paid for? That's on you, because I know I did all the above. Every single one of them. I knew financially I wasn't where I wanted to be, so I did something about it. Every single day you show up. I don't want you to show up chasing other people's goals. I don't want you to show up watching other people live their life. I don't want you to show up wishing and wishing and wishing that you could do this, because you can. And I believe in you and I know that it's possible. How do I know? Because I've done it and I am no different than you. And I know the limiting beliefs are going to come in, but Deidre, you're pretty freaking badass. Y'all, I know I am, but guess what? So are you. You are a badass. I am no different. I'm an ordinary mom who specializes in listening to fart jokes and chasing kids around, telling them to clean up and yelling at them to get their hands off their wiener. Like, I think if I was like a professional in anything, you can say it's those. Everything else, I'm still a work in progress. I'm still just getting through my days. My days aren't easy. My days are no easier than you. I don't have any extra hours than you, but I'm intentional. And every single day I share that. And every single day I encourage you guys. But if you're taking it is it in a bad way, if you're taking it shamefully, if you're taking it negatively, like, ugh, I can't do this, it's really time for you to sit down and have a talk with yourself. What makes you think you can't? What are you so ashamed of? What are you trying to prove to anyone else out there? Stop looking around and look at the person in the mirror 100%. On the hard days, well, guess what? Decide that you're not going to give into the sugar like I did. On the days you don't want to wake up, set your alarm 30 minutes earlier and get shit done. On the days you are like, I don't know how I'm going to pay this freaking bill, my finances are overwhelming me, okay, turn off the damn TV and get to work. Because this is your life and you only have one life to live. And if you're not growing, you are dying. And if you're too busy competing with all the people around you, guess what? You're never going to grow to your full potential. And I mean, that's just the truth. All of this, the health and the fitness, is cool and all, but it's not the thing that's going to change your life. It's your mindset, your emotional health, the way you feed your body is going to change it around, because your brain starts working better, because your heart starts working better, because you have more energy. That's the magic to all of this. Working out's not going to do that for you. Proving yourself to me, that's not going to do that for you. Making me your friend or me as your coach or buying the challenge pack, none of that's going to change your life. I'm here. I'm the biggest cheerleader in the world, y'all. Like, if there's one thing I can do, I can cheer you on. And I can tell you that you can, because I know it. I know it within every inch of my bone. I freaking bleed blue. If someone tells me, like, oh, I don't know if I can lose 10 pounds, I can guarantee it that you can lose 10 pounds. Why? Because I've done it multiple times, because I've helped hundreds of other people do it. Not because I'm anything special. We have pizza and ice cream at least once a week. I love margaritas. I enjoy food. I'm not a nutritionist, but guess what? I follow the plan that's laid out in front of me, and I show up like my life depends on it. Not perfect. There's a big, big difference. Stop getting so caught up in who you have to be for everybody around you and how you have to show up and the fake picture that you have to paint. Who wants to live a fake life? Because I gotta say, when I tried that, it didn't make me happy. That's when I found myself at rock bottom. That's when I found myself feeling like a terrible mom and a terrible wife. That's when I didn't feel like I was enough. Why? Because I was too busy watching everyone else live their life, competing against them when they had no idea. But the second that I was like, you know what? I have got to stop this and I've got to start showing up for me because this comparison is literally tearing me down and taking my family with it. That's when everything changed. It wasn't a motivation. Nobody is motivated to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can tell you that. I did it for 2 years. Nobody in the world is motivated to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. But you have a decision. You either get up and you get it done or you don't. And that's your decision to make. So showing up through the hard, it just comes down to how hard are you willing to fight for it? Like, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to change it? If something's not working, guess what? It's just time to find a different way that will. Success isn't created because, well, you just got it right the first time. Success is created because you failed multiple times. So maybe you're like me, and when I was starting to eat, I realized like I wasn't eating enough. Okay, set food timers. Okay, close your kitchen. Okay, plan out your meals. Those are all things that you control in your health and fitness. Those are all things that if you took control of today, you would feel 100 times better next week. You would feel 100 times better next month. And if you continue that for the next 2 or 3 months, you're going to feel like a fucking rock star. Just real talk. It's not you wake up one day motivated. It's the decision that no matter what life throws at you, no matter how bad your funk is, you're going to dust off and you're going to try your best and you're going to keep moving forward one foot in front of the other. That's all that it comes down to. And I mean, I could go on and rant about this for forever, but there's really nothing left to say. It's a matter of what are you deciding to do with your life? Are you deciding to just let it be? Or are you deciding to do something out of the ordinary? Are you deciding to do something out of the norm? Because I'll be honest, your vibe attracts your tribe, so I'm just going to speak to y'all. I'm a rule follower. I do what I'm supposed to. I went to school. I got good grades. I didn't go partying. I didn't make a bunch of friends because I did what my parents told me to. And then I went to college when I didn't want to because my parents wanted me to and my grandma wanted me to. And I did that and I hated it and it was terrible. And I got married and I had kids. I did all the checklist things, all the things that you're supposed to do. And at the end of that, I was like, what the heck? This isn't the life that I want. I want happy. I want different. I want out of the ordinary. I want extraordinary living. I want my marriage to be exceptional. I want my relationship with my kids to flourish. I want to be passionate about what I do. Did I think it was going to be health and fitness? That's a big F no, y'all. Like, again, I'm the girl who doesn't like working out. I'm the girl who loves pizza and ice cream. Like, you would not see me in the health and fitness realm. But I found purpose and passion when I decided to do something different with my life. And that's what it comes down to. Could my purpose and passion been found somewhere else? Absolutely. This Beachbody is only just one path of millions that you can take. But you have opportunity. It's just a matter of what are you doing with it. Maybe you don't like the sucky job that you're at where people don't appreciate you and it's depressing. What are you going to do about it? As I told my friend Amy, there are hundreds of other jobs out there. I don't want to hear you complain about your job when you're not doing anything different. If you're deciding to be okay with where you're at, then you need to own up to that and you need to show up as your best version of you. If you are deciding you don't want that and you want something more, what are you going to do about it? Maybe you don't like the long hours that you or your spouse work and you don't like that you don't get to see your kids and you don't like that you don't get to spend time together as a family. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to sit back and cry because, well, look at what my future is going to be? Are you going to sit back and say, well, I'm not going to see my spouse, and so I'm just going to be upset about it and I'm not going to do anything about it? That's on you, friend. When I knew I wouldn't see my spouse, guess what I did? I showed up for my dreams and I showed up like his life was on the other one. Because it fucking is. I show up every single day so that we can live right where we are right now. I don't know if you guys have followed my stories. I'm sure you have. But we got super major screwed with insurance. This injury that he has, he shouldn't even be facing to begin with. This shouldn't be out of pocket for us. It shouldn't be our issue because it was due to an arson. Like, that should have already been covered. We've gone through it once. He's got to do it again. And he got the call saying that the insurance was only going to cover like 2 or 4 days. I don't know, not jack squat when it comes down to 13 weeks. There's a big difference in that. And my husband makes good money. I'm just going to put it out there. Like, that's how we pay our bills. And before, if insurance would have said, like, we haven't been paid for 3 weeks, and if insurance would not have come through with that money, we wouldn't be able to eat. We would not be able to pay for a house. We would not be able to put gas in our gas tank. But because I decided at one point in time when I was rocking my crying child, when I decided I was going to lift the stress off my husband's shoulders as he was so anxious and worried over our bills at the counter, and I refused to let that be my future, to see him worry and know that I was doing nothing about it. When I refused to let that be my future, guess what? I was able to show up, and guess what? We are able to still live our lives and pay our bills because I have built this business, because I did something different. I did something extraordinary, and I will own that every single day. I live in the freaking cornfields. My best friend lives right next door to me, and we are both top coaches in this business. Not because we're anything special. Not because where we are, we're in a big city. Not because we have any special tools. It's because we're showing up for our lives like it depends on it. And it freaking does. So now, these past couple weeks have been stressful. Of course, Kenny is worried, but we're making it through and we're paying our bills. And it's like, we don't have to worry about that. We're going to fix the insurance situation and it's all going to be perfect. But until then, we still get to eat, still get to put gas in my tank. And we're paying a $2,000 freaking van repair bill that we weren't expected. Could you imagine right now if someone said, hey, your vehicle doesn't work, I need you to pay $2,000? What are you going to do? You're going to shit your damn pants, aren't you? Because I know that that's what I would have done before. And I'm not telling you that this is going to be easy. I'm not telling you that losing weight will be easy. I'm not telling you that loving yourself is going to be easy. I'm not telling you that building a business is going to be easy. Absolutely freaking not. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. But what I am telling you is that you're capable and you are amazing and you are strong enough that you can get through this and you can make it happen if that's what you really want. If you have a reason big enough to push you. So the question is, at the end of this call, do you have something that's pushing you? Are the people in your house, if you look around right now, are they worth fighting for? When you go stand in the mirror tonight before you go to bed, can you say, I'm going to fight for you? I don't need you to show up for me. I'm going to reach my goals no matter what, not because I'm anything special, but because every day I show up better with a more powerful God, doing the best I can and owning that. And literally, it doesn't matter how long it takes, doesn't matter what the road looks like getting there. What matters is that I'm willing to fight for that tooth and nail every single day. And that's what it comes down to. I'm going to fight. We're going top 10, baby. Like, we're going all in. This train is leaving. In this train, there's plenty of seats. There's so much room for friends. I mean, hello. You guys know I love my quality time. This train's leaving the station, though, and I'm not going to let anyone hold me back from the life that I deserve, the life that my family deserves, the place that I'm meant to be. So either you get to get on or you get to get off, but that's a decision that you make. And I'm not talking about like doing what I want you to do. I'm talking about, are you going to get on the train for your own life? Are you going to get on the train so you can run full blast towards the dreams that you want to accomplish? I don't need you to show up for me. I need you to show up as the best version of you, because when we come together as the best versions of us, guess what? God brought us together as a team for a reason. And that's when we're able to soar. So that's what I have today. You guys have questions. You may unmute yourself, but
I just have to say that I think this call was just like, for anybody else, but for me especially, like it was just reiterating everything from today, from this week, from last week, from the week before. Like Deidre said, she made me pull my head out of my asshole and go find a different fucking job to get out of the place that I was so miserable in. And I'm telling you, friends, if you need to get so fucking desperate with your life to show the fuck up, you need to do it. If you need to get so fucking desperate for your life to make a huge change and a huge leap, and for me, honestly, going from one job that paid me more than what I'm getting paid now, but that will free me up for more time with my family, that will free me up for more time to run my business, that will free me up for more time that I can do things that I love. Fucking do it. You've got to take a leap into the unknown, because the net will appear if you put the intention out there, if you do it with belief and believing in yourself. That's the big thing. Like, that is the big hurdle that I had to get over this last part of this last year, was believing in myself and my own worth and my own ability to get things done. And after this amazing week and this amazing last week, I had a curveball come at me tonight, and I got some really horrible news about a friend of mine, and I wanted to go to McDonald's, and I really, really wanted to eat chicken nuggets because I'm an emotional eater to the extreme. But I decided on a fucking iced coffee instead. Because I just want to drown my feelings. I wanted to come home and I wanted to drink. I wanted to do anything to drown out what I'm feeling right now. But the best thing that I can do for him is to feel my own feelings and have my own reaction and let myself feel for a minute. And know that the things in my life that I'm doing right now are worth it for me, and are worth it for these kids, and are worth it for everybody that I come across. Because even today, I got a message from somebody saying that they were going to leave the same job that I was leaving, that she found a new career path that's going to pay her way more than what she's getting paid now. And she made that change because she had a God moment. She had that fame coming her way, and she's going to take the leap too. Friends, if you put it out in the universe, people will follow you. She didn't do it for me. She did it for herself. She didn't say she was inspired by my actions, but I know that it works that way. You put out that vibe, you put out that intention, and it comes back up to meet you. So I tell you right now, if you're doing something you don't love, fucking change it. Just do it, because everything has shifted for me. I wake up earlier. I'm getting my shit done because I know I'm worth that. Like, I took a leap of faith without asking for permission. Whenever my husband looked at me and went, I don't know, whatever, do whatever you want. That was a big, big, big decision for me. I'm codependent to my core. I ask for permission for everything. And actually doing something for me by myself, just like I did something for me by myself by jumping into my health and fitness. I didn't ask for permission that either. Just by me shaving half of my head, didn't ask for permission for that either. I just did it. And that's the thing. Like, you just have to just do it. And you know what? Shit'll work out in the end. And if it doesn't, we'll find a way. We will always find a way. But the thing is that you have to get desperate for it. Desperate for it. And if you're not, then like she said, you just don't care enough. And that's neither here nor there. That's for you to decide. That's not for anybody else to judge. That's for you to look at. And you need to sit with that and be okay with that. If you don't care enough, you don't care enough. There's nothing to be guilty about. It's just how it is. So whatever area in your life needs to improve, you need to get so desperate about it to make the leap. That's what it took for me. And I stepped into that role, and it's been a freaking whirlwind ever since. So I had to make a decision literally on the way home. Am I going to let this news completely derail me? am I gonna let this news and be devastated by it? Or am I gonna let this news push me to keep being a better person for myself and a better person for my friend? Because that's all he needs right now. He doesn't need me to be devastated. He needs me to be strong. And I need me to be strong because I have 2 kids in this house and I have a husband that needs me. So I have to make peace with this and just be there for him and do everything I can as his friend. But feel it at the same time, honor those feelings. But just be so damn grateful that I've gotten this time with him and just know that the unknown is the unknown and I don't know what's ahead. And that's okay because there's a plan for everything and it will be what it's going to be. Anyway, I'm done talking and I'm crying again.
Amy, I won't even make fun of you and your cry juice because I know those are legit feelings. So all the prayers for him, and I love you. If nobody has questions, I will end the call. Thanks all for joining. Hold on, before we end the call, let's take a picture. Proof or it didn't happen. Ready? Oh, I gotta make sure I can see Katie. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Oh, why are we so cute? I just love us. All right. Thanks for joining in, friends.